Hey, hey, I don't know if anybody's gonna pull up right now, but I'm gonna get something started. I'm gonna get used to doing this live thing. But the topic is ladies pull up as far as just to get started. So we gonna see how this goes. I'll start off by saying, as far as this goes, I wanna get the conversation started between the females, the women, just to get an understanding of what we might need to talk about, what we might need to discuss um, amongst ourselves, and get a good hold of what are some of the important things that need to be really kind of dissected and look into the core of what's important, at least among ourselves for right now, for sure. And we can go in all kind of directions, all kind of categories, all kind of angles. So let's get it started. Um, I'll even just start off by saying that what's going on, Shaz? How you doing? Um, just getting to the point where we just really want to grab a hold on to ourselves as women. I see you, Trey. It's all good for the males, the men to pull up. Maybe y'all will get a good understanding on some things. Sometimes we jump too fast into things, and then before we know it, everything's up in the air and people are going back and forth. Well, what I've come to understand, just looking back over life, we need to slow down on some things and how we deal with it. You know, we I've seen a time where, you know, females and males were able to communicate in a better realm. And when I say they had their issues, don't get me wrong. I saw some things that or heard of some things that played out in the older generation, but there was a calmness, a different calmness. You know what I'm saying? People learn what was better to be done. How things were done, and sometimes it took people from being young and moving to a different age bracket where they came into a safe, comfortable place. I just want to have the females to pull up so we can discuss some things and start off from our angle. Like I said, I've been going through some things. When I first started doing YouTube, I wasn't in a place where I was comfortable, putting things out there that I was going through. I can touch on it real briefly, um, just to get, people to understand what, I didn't really give you a part of me. I just had the surface part. But and some people I kind of told some things, but I'll start off like this, just saying that when you're going through life changing situations and you've dealt with depression and you've dealt with situations in your life that take you to a whole nother level. Um, Hi Angela, how you doing? Welcome to the live. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Um, you get to a point where you realize that you're taking care of other people more than you're taking care of yourself, and then you realize it at different points in your life that that you're not taking care of yourself enough, or you're forgetting things on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? But I'll probably talk about that more maybe at another time. um I'm waiting on the women to step up on the panel. I'm a spur of the moment person, and and that's what I'm working on, trying to get myself more slowed down and calmed down, where I'm not going to be the spur of the moment on everything. And I've discussed this with my own children, which I have young adults. Um, so when you've got younger people, commenting on it and letting you know, your own children letting you know that, oh, mama, you like to do things at the spur of the moment, and I'm thinking, but when it comes to young people, that's something that they come with. But I realize not everybody's built that way, and that's another thing we have to understand, that everybody is not built the same way mentally or physically. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be the type of person that covers all different kind of categories. I'm not just going to be on, um, the gossip and the rah rah sector and the let's get it in, let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? I want to laugh, yeah, let's have fun, and that's what I'm trying to get back to, where I laugh more and have fun like I've done it in the past. But anyway, uh, like I said, I'm gonna try to get on topics that we can say together that we need to discuss. So, because it's important to kind of come together and discuss what you might need to, you know, kind of go heavy on. Some things you might need to just talk light on, and some other things might need to be discussed in a more deeper manner. Um, but the other thing that I'm doing is I'm just trying to get real used to hosting, the actual lives myself, because it is a different angle. But it's going to be in a general manner. General manner. What's going on, Dre? Too much. I see you down in the chat, moaning, 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 moaning. Um, but yeah, like I said, it's some subjects that need to be discussed. And you have to start somewhere. Sometimes it's not maybe the best to start in a big group of people that they go in on each other, and then it's always a subject that comes up. Maybe that's not the best atmosphere to start off doing things like that in. But even in situations like that, it's been an experience that you can still learn from. I will admit to that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause in my situation, I wasn't jumping up on panels, or I was looking at videos on YouTube, or looking up things on Google, or reading books. So that wasn't my sector. So, but it has made a difference in some of the things that I've been going through. So, you know, but I'm waiting on some females to pull up, even if it's just a couple, two or three, whatever, however the number, just to get a discussion going on. Um, and like I said, to get a feel on what we need to maybe start off discussing. I'm gonna basically maybe just go just a little while. I'm not gonna try to go into it real strong, because it's about to be breakfast time, and I'm 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 just gonna go with the flow right now, but not gonna stay too long. Um, and I will be asking suggestions on what the topic might need to be, you know. So, and then like I said, I'm doing test runs, but I see now that time can really fly by on doing these live. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be in a all around type of topic person. Some topics that people pull up on, it might not be for you, or somebody might just want to listen, and you might want to just see what the feel is, what people think, and that's good also. But it's morning time, early in the morning. I just want to get some stuff started before everybody gets to moving around real good. And I know today is football time and all of that, so I know people are gonna be busy. But yeah. But just on the I'll just start out with saying this. It's just sometimes I feel like people don't understand each other, whether it's somebody that you've been knowing or somebody you just met, whether it's between the males and the females or whether it's between the same sex. Sometimes, like I said, people don't understand that everybody is not built or made like you. They don't think like you. So it's just a learning experience through life. And when you've been you might not be considered what you call in the older or elder category, but you can still say there's some experience or many experiences that you've had and that you can look back on, because experience is a very important thing in life, because if you don't have experience, you don't have something to look back on to look at and realize what happened and how it happened, to analyze, to put things up against, to compare it to. So that's what I've taken in life very seriously, the experience. And I've also taken a lot to listen to the older generation, and maybe that's what gets you kind of seasoned early in life, where you realize that you're taking advice from people that have lived on this earth, uh, for some decades, some years. So that goes to say that when they tell you, oh, you've got a lot to learn, you sit back and you say at the time, you say, you know what, I guess I do have a lot to learn, but what am I gonna have to learn? So, people just need to get more in tune with each other, especially during a time where it seems like they want us kind of separated and antisocial and trying to be, less out in the public. So anybody want to come up onto the panel? I need to go get my earphones real quick. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. You know what? I forgot something else I need to get. Like I said, breakfast time. I see Angela down in the chat said I've I've got to start breakfast. She said enjoy the live. Appreciate you for stopping through. What's going on, Shaz? I've been seeing your wax, the 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 images that you've seeing in your wax. I think I saw one a few minutes ago, and I think I saw it yesterday too. I want to say what image was that? Because I was thinking, is this what I really think it is? The image that it looks like? Yeah, but it looks like something. I'll say it like this: it looks like a part of the human body, and I didn't want to get it kind of mixed up, but that's what it looked like to me. And it looked like both of the coming from the male and the female human body. I don't know if that's what it was or not, but that's what it looked like to me. But anyway, that's funny. You've been having some images in your wax that I remember when you said that you had an evil eye. Yeah, that's what I saw in there. Then I saw. Then it seems like the one that came after that was the angel, and I said, well, maybe that's God sending you protection over the images that are not so. How can I say? Uh, in the darker side, maybe God is sending you protection. But I did see that angel that was in that other image. But anyway, I'm a tally along here. Um, Also, some of the things that I will talk about or have discussions about that I think is very important is on the health sector because I realize I'm more of an, like I said, a spur of the moment person. Also, on the level of being more jump out of the box. I'm not an in the box person. Now, sometimes I can be, but I think outside of the box. So I know that there's people out here that they might be more afraid and not the adventurous person to step out and try something that they think might help them. But I'm one of those people that I kind of go hard on that. And I've just, I've been like that ever since I was young. So some of the things that people might be afraid of, I might have already tried. And, I'm not going to say it's a big spectrum of a wider range of it, but I've done a couple of things that other people was like, even when I did certain things, I didn't think it was a big deal. But when you get somebody else to comment and say, "Oh my gosh, you did that," and I'm like, "Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal," and they're like, "Oh, I would never try that," or "I'm too afraid to try that." Well, I'm just one of those people that I might not go way overboard, but I've tried some things that I've come to find out that it worked out well. So, like I said, on that sector, it's things that other people might not be all that into or quick to try as far as health wise, but people have to understand that um, there are things that come our way to make us feel a certain way. And I won't dive too deep into that at this point, but just know that some things might have been done on a regular basis that we think is so far fetched. So, and like I said, I've experienced some things that I was like, oh my gosh, this really worked, or it really does help, and you have to get in the routine of doing it. Um, so those are the type of topics I'm gonna be ready to do too. I also said, yeah, Trey, um, natural medicine. Just like I just got through looking at um a master Chinese that he was showing you how to massage your eyes because I want to make sure because one thing that's very important in the human body is the eye health, your vision, and he was showing some pressure points. So I've got books on deck dealing with Chinese medicines, the Eastern way of medicines. So I'm interested because I think some people kind of merge both of them together. They use the Western medicine also with the Eastern, and what people have to understand, because I've actually been in the medical field, studying in the medical field, um, and I was brought up by a grandmother that was in the home health care. I just have different sectors that I've been tapped into on the health field, and I've always been interested. And also, it kind of it dives over into maybe beauty. Um, but what I've come to understand is when you have emergencies, of course, you might need the Western way of dealing with things. But on the everyday basis, if you get everything kind of balanced out pretty decent, you don't have to go overboard, and you won't have to deal with um, things dealing with health that are being, oh, I gotta hurry up and go to the doctor because I'm feeling terrible and I'm thinking I'm gonna fall out. You know what I'm saying? If you balance everything out on a day to day basis, all throughout the year, things will come out better. And I've learned that. And the way my grandmama brought me up was, oh, you need to learn how to take better care of yourself. You need to eat more vegetables. You need to drink more water. And everything that she pushed for, I saw her do. Even in her days that she was, you know, she had came across some issues. Yes, bud. Yes, bud. I'm live. Welcome to the live. So just my grandmother always advocating for, you know, balance, and you need to stay on top of this. You need to do this. You need to do that. She brought me up, and see, that was the wonderful thing being brought up by older people. See, they've always already had those different experiences. They've come through different eras, and they, for the most part, they knew what worked and what didn't work for the most part. And they weren't quick to accept new things coming in. And in reality, some things that we accept, yeah, we might have to use it when you have a busy life, a busy schedule. But in some cases, if you just calm yourself down, which, like I said, I'm trying to do, but you made me think about that when I might be making a video out in the store and I'm going too fast. Well, that's a part of what I have to work on. But to calm yourself down so that you won't be so fast paced, because fast paced isn't really the best thing in life. It really is not. And they have us thinking, oh, you got to be, everything has to be convenient. Everything has to be done fast. Let's think fast, fast, quick, quick. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I know it says ladies pull up. Now, do we have any ladies that's going to pull up on the panel, or is there any males that kind of like where I kind of done dived over into, kind of talking about life, part of life, and how life works in general, and then also over into the health sector. I invite y'all up too, because I can't believe I'm already been talking for 23 minutes, and that's crazy, but that's how it goes. Um, but yeah, we have to learn from each other. But the master that I was looking at before I got on the live, he was showing how to do um, massages on pressure points on your eyes, around your eyes, and he showed the different. It's about four pressure points that he showed on the eyes, and I did it real quick. And at the time, I could really feel like the tears coming out of my eyes. So that's another thing that the body needs a whole lot of is circulation. That's one thing that I've learned. Even my grandmother, oh, you need to get up and move around. You need to make sure you got good circulation. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it, Dre, too much. That's what's up. Um, but yeah, the circulation of the body is very important, because you don't want things to get stagnant in your body. You don't want the blood. You want the blood to flow from every point of your body that it's supposed to flow to. And one thing that I've learned is when you get older, the older you get, like I said, that's the experience coming from watching the older people, that you get to points where your body might not have circulation going to where it needs to be. And in some cases, even before you get to an older age, you can have problems. If you have edema, which edema is when you have the swelling of the body and things can be kind of blocked out too. So it's all kind of different things that can cause blockages. Um, you can have, I'm not going to sit over here and say I'm such a qualified professional, because I'm not. But like I said, I have studied in the medical field, um, in different sectors, and plus, like I said, I've been brought up with the older generation. But they're just things that you need to be more in tune with your body. You really need to be very in tune with your body, because it's your body. And as far as we know, as long as we live, that's going to be the only body that you have. So you need to take care of it the best that you can. But yeah, the circulation and the fluid levels in your body are very important. And these are the type of topics that like I said, I want to get more in tune on, with discussing with different people. Um, People like News, that has worked in the medical field for years, to get her aspect on things. Um, might even have somebody join that I know personally, that they've dealt with the medical field. I'm a shy person when it comes to some things. I know some people might say, when they see me, they might say I'm not a shy person, but a lot of people have shyness in them that you might not expect, or say that, oh, I don't look at you as being a shy person. But sometimes you need to push yourself to go. That's why I say sometimes you have to push yourself to go step outside of the box. I push myself outside of the box to talk to strangers sometimes on a regular basis. So I've learned that the more you push yourself to talk to other people, it's amazing what you can find out. Just getting a conversation started with somebody. Oh my gosh, you just don't know how much I've learned by talking to strangers. It's just been amazing. In real reality, when I look back, I've talked to the older people, a lot of older people. You talk to people your age, younger people, whatever, but the most that I've learned from is from the older people. They'll just start telling you stuff because they get excited. Sometimes they might not be so sociable, as far as they might be at home with family members that they might not get to talk to on a regular basis. So when they get out and about, they're so ready to talk and conversate. But it's been a wonderful experience that, for whatever reasons, the older people just feel like they need to tell you certain things that they may think that you don't have any idea about. And it's been, like I said, I've learned a lot. But we just, like a person like Dre too much. I give him a lot of props, that at his age, being what you would consider like younger, that you're taking on the responsibility of having of the family life. And that's so important. Now some people may think, oh, I don't want to be bothered with that, woo. But there's nothing wrong with the family life, because in the end, and just like you learn from a lot of older people, the people that you're gonna, I mean, you have some things that might pop off in the family, whatever, but when it comes to the core people in your family, that's going to be your support group. That's going to be people that you're going to laugh with. That's going to be the ones that you're going to have family gatherings with. Then you have friends that you look at as being just like family members, or just as close as family members. And in some cases, people will say that some of the friends that they've met are even more family oriented with them than their actual blood family. But just all different kind of experiences in life just brings you to the point of realizing how important relationships are, whether it be intimate relationships, whether it be like I said, just friendly relationships. Somebody that you might know for a couple of years might feel like you've been knowing them for at least a decade or so. Or somebody that you've been knowing for decades, you like, You start talking, you be like, oh my gosh, you have a conversation with them, and it's like they'll tell you something one day that'll just shock you. Like I had somebody to tell me, I can talk to you more than I talk, and this is a male, somebody I've been knowing basically 30 years. Um, I met him in school, and he was like, I can talk to you more than I talk to a lot of females. And it just blew my mind. But you never know what difference you might make in somebody's life, the connection that you have. And it's very important. When you go to school or in different sectors, they let you know it's important for human contact. Just like they say, if a baby doesn't have human contact, the baby can die, and that's kind of tripped out to know. But anyway, I see that I might have to go live again later on. I'm just like I said, I'm just trying to jump out here and get used to this. This was something that I decided that I've been wanting to do, but this is something that I wanted to. I had to step my game up on as far as YouTube. I was wanting to do this from last year as far as pushing myself out there, but sometimes it's just not meant to happen at the time that you want it to happen. And if you rush yourself or push yourself to do something at a time that it's really not meant to happen, it won't work out good. So, hey, Miss Betty, how you doing? Yeah, I stepped out here on that limb and started getting out here starting these lives, like y'all said. I know people been pushing me. So I finally got out here to motivate myself to do it. But yeah, it was one of my goals to start going live for a while, but like I said, I wasn't going to push myself in a lane that I didn't feel comfortable with at the time. And then I said, let me do some of these other things to get used to being, doing YouTube or speaking in front of a camera. So thank you, Miss Betty. Thank you for coming through. Oh, okay. So you done took a break, Miss Betty. Okay. You coming back in February. Okay. Um, you met me. Oh my gosh. I want to say, what's the guy that goes live? The tractor, the farmer guy, I think. Um, because I haven't been roaming around YouTube as much as I was because I kind of pulled back. But see, the thing is, I think I've been connected to. It's hard to say because I get connected to some people from the grow spot, and then when it spreads out, before you know it, you're over on somebody else's live or chat or channel, and then you kind of forget how it started. But I think I was on somebody else's live. Yeah, that's where I met you at. But yeah, so you took a break, huh? I don't blame you. That's why I kind of pulled back on just doing regular videos. And like I said, I'm getting out here right now, motivating myself since I pulled back on doing the regular videos. That helps me put my energy towards doing live. So that's kind of how that kind of happened. Oh, okay. So after 15 months, you needed a break. Okay, because I remember you talking about that on another one of your videos where you had kind of went hard for 18 months straight. I think I remember that. But yeah. But yeah, Miss Betty, matter of fact, you are another one. Well, right now I'm doing the stream yard that you can only have 6 people at one time. So I'm gonna have to be ready to kind of rotate maybe if it gets like that. But I see now that that's how you get kind of motivated to go ahead and use one of the one of the monthly packages because you want to be able to let more people up on your panel. But for right now, I'm just gonna take it how it is. I was, like I said, my goal was to try to start doing a live before January was over with. I didn't know if I was going to do it or not, so I've already crossed that lane. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. It motivates you once you start getting into it. I can tell. So yeah, that you get motivated to go ahead and do one of the packages. But yeah, I see that time can really fly by. I can tell you that. Oh, you don't like a lot of people on your lives? Okay. Yeah, it can be. It can be. Trust me, I've been in some lanes where I know it can be hellified. I can tell you that. That's why I'm slow motioning. That's why I decided to slow motion on getting in, and I'm kind of glad that I did that because it made a lot of difference. Because I've seen a lot of things, and some people that might be, stopping through, listening, whatever, they already know what I'm talking about. Where we some of us have been all the way on the other end of the spectrum where we've been in places where it's been wilding out, wilding out, wilding out. No, 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 Miss Betty. It ain't just about, no, it's not just women. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. That's I gotta laugh on that one. When I say it's not just women to women, Lord have mercy. But yeah, it's been some wilding out going on, and once you get into an environment like that, you kind of see some of the things that happen and how they might get started and where they might lead to. And it's like, oh, you can't do that all the time. See, when you young, and you got all the energy in the world, and you might not have all of those responsibilities, then you can do that. You can wild out, and that goes with a learning experience too. Because when you get in them wild out uh lanes, then you realize what type of people you're dealing with. So but that's, like I said, that's part of an experience, life, when you realize that sometimes you like to be more you might be a happy, joyous person with a lot of energy, but that doesn't mean that you want to be in the lane with a lot of negative energy. You want to be somewhere where if you're joyous and happy and bouncing off the walls or however it goes, you want to be around some positive people. So but that's just the way the ball bounces sometimes. And then some people, sometimes you get connected up with people in different areas of your life, whether it's when you're young, growing up, um, people that you become friends with from primary school, and then you feel like, oh, I've got to be with this person. I've got to be good friends with this person because I've known them for X amount of years. That's not always the case. But like I said, you live and learn. You live and learn. But anyway, on that note, I'm past 30 minutes. And since I don't have anybody coming up on the panel right now, I think I've said enough for right now. And like I said, I know people are probably still asleep, still in they, maybe eating breakfast. Um, well, I've only been on here 39 minutes. So, like I said, I was talking about the women pulling up. But like I said, I had planned on doing, and I want to throw that out there too. I planned on doing um, a live yesterday, but I didn't. Other things happened, and I wasn't able to do it. But I had it all planned out. But of course, that can always happen. So I just decided to get up this morning and go ahead and do a live and just kind of roll with some things. But I'm gonna learn how to uh, be good with the time. If I think I need to, cut it off, or if the flow is going a certain way. But see, that's another way that you realize that that's going to push you to want to get one of the paid packages, monthly packages, because you won't have a limit. But I'm good with having a limit right now because it helps me be kind of take a hold of things and plan things out and be ready to, like I say, learn when you need to shut it down. Say if I'm already up to 18 minutes and I've only got 2 hours to go, well that's all it can be is 2 hours. I just have to learn how to discipline myself. It's all about discipline on many things. So, but anyway, so now I'm at 40 minutes and I'm going to end the live. And like I said, since I've only went over 30 minutes, that's a pretty good amount of time. I'm going to come back probably at another time today and be ready to have a discussion. But like I said, practice makes perfect. So that's what I've been taught. Oh, so you had a free version for a while? Okay. And like I said, it depends on how everything is flowing. Because right now I'm digging off into doing the live also because I did a few goals this past week that I needed to do. And yeah, thank you, Miss Betty, for stopping by. Appreciate you. And I'm welcoming you to come through sometimes because, like I said, we'll have conversations where you will be a good person as a female and in age bracket that we like to hear some of the things, some of your aspects and advice. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Now that's not bad. That'll be good. If I could find something like that, if they're offering it, now that's not a bad price. Cause see, right now I'm not in the mode to really take on a monthly. I know you can probably always cancel it or not use it for the next month, but any discount will help. But right now, I'm working with different aspects of financial, trying to get into a routine of doing this and doing that. So yeah. But anyway, Miss Betty, appreciate you stopping by. And I'm glad you let me know that it could be a special out there that they offer. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end the live. And like I said, I might come back on later on. So basically, I'm about to be at 45 minutes. Um, and I'll see how it goes later on. And I'm going to have to learn that I can't always um, be sporadic on just jumping on. And I'm going to start learning to use the community page because I know I have one that I know I have a community page that I think recently came on my channel. So I'm gonna start using that also. But anyway, everybody, I'm gonna end the live right now, and I'll talk to y'all whenever I come back on. I'll say it that way because I can't promise. I'm not gonna be promising anything. All right, yeah, I appreciate y'all for stopping through. I'm about to put me something together to eat, and I'll see y'all at another time.